Here we are. Here we are. Welcome in. Welcome in. Let me know when you're here. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I think so. We're definitely gonna talk. I could complete the survey for them. Let me tell you, I can complete their survey and tell them that they jumped me bad. Oops. Hey, how are you? I can't believe I registered to vote. Are you guys seeing my address? Dang, I'm trying to remember exactly what day we chatted because since then I've had a girls' brunch. I had my dinner party was like November 25th, or that one random day where we celebrate white people taking over the natives' land. I'm very direct. But if it was either one of those, oh, Milan, it went really well. That was Milan and I. We had a very beautiful time. Let me straighten my hands, they felt really dry. We had a really cute time. The food that I made was absolutely scrumptious. So we enjoyed that. And good conversation. We laughed. We watched a show after we got done eating. And then we were both tired. And she left. And she went to bed. And yeah, so it's really been enjoyable. I hosted an event yesterday too, and people came over. It was an event that started as like a hair growth event. Like that was my goal. Hey everybody, like the live. So, hey there. I have some tea. When people come over to my place, I always make them some tea. So, welcome into my home. Let me make you a glass of tea. I hope you enjoy. So, here's the tea. It looks clear, but I swear it has some color to it. Thanks for liking the live. And here is our glass of tea. It's super hot already, so cheers. We today are going to cheers to living in our purpose. We're going to cheers to being at the right place at the right time. Those doors of opportunity making our way to us just where we are. The path of least resistance being the path that we're meant to take, of divine opportunities and blessings always there for us, just waiting for us to spot them. Cheers to a beautiful, beautiful life. Cheers to us. Hey there. Hey, Maza. Thank you. What type of tea? Very particular. Greetings, Stefa. So, yes, it can be pretty general in the US about tea. I know the English are very, with their tea. So, the tea that I'm drinking, I make herbal teas. And I make the tea concoctions myself. It's loose leaf tea. So this one has green tea. It has cinnamon sticks. It has lemon. Also has like chamomile, some other herbal mixture that I mixed on top of the mixture that I made yesterday, and some honey, a little drop. So this is the tea that we're drinking out of our Q cup. It's annoying because I guess these are supposed to be like left-handed teacups because you can't see the Q rose unless I'm holding it with this hand. So we shall hold it with this hand. Thanks for liking the live. Okay, so guys, what I wanted to talk about today. I found your page. Oh, did you try the oil pulling? How did it go? Also, guys, I have my hair in a high ponytail today. This means growth. Okay, my hair is growing. This is what I'm sharing to you. So many things. I don't even know where to begin. So I'm trying to find the beginning of what I want to say to you. But it's like hard because every story of mine is so intertwined. So it's like, how can I start with one story? Okay, I have never heard that one before. Oh my gosh, Jaris, that was hilarious. that was hilarious. Thanks for that. Well, tea and coffee are delicious. Not so much the effect it has on the teeth. Oh, right, because they can cause yellowing, so that's why it's important to like, come on, you know? Okay, so one thing, this goes into my purpose. So let me start there. So one thing I have been realizing is that I'm made for a purpose that is like so much deeper than me. And it reminds me of that quote. I saw this quote recently and it said, when you realize your purpose is not for you, then God is going to use you in incredible ways. And that's tea. You're going. You sure you're not related to Google because you got everything I've been searching for? Hello. Some people got game. So I finally came to realize that my purpose is not for me. And so that's now why I'm talking about it, because I felt like it was for me. So I was being like stingy with it and like trying to be quiet. Like, I don't want to, you know, people might not get it, but people aren't supposed to get it. I have so many things to say. Those who don't get it aren't supposed to get it. Those who get it are supposed to get it. So thanks for liking the live, guys. Thanks for being here because you are part of my purpose. You know, there's no vision really that is only for an individual. Like, my life's dreams will be fulfilled because of the people who get to share in what I'm creating. So I'm grateful to have you here. Like, seriously. Abisha, hi beautiful. My name is Waldoni Xavier. Nice to meet you. Amen. We are serve a purpose. The best service is servitude of others. Okay. And I feel like how we best serve others is by being the example of the one who is living in their divine purpose from God. So this is also today, right? Yesterday, I had an event and it was about hair growth. So I'm teaching what I do, what I have been calling myself as a hair growth specialist, right? Because that's what I do. I specialize in natural hair growth and natural ways of growing the hair. So teaching people different methods that are healing to be able to grow their hair, right? So I've been working on like expanding my business. Mind you, this is something I've been like working on, chewing over for like 4-ish years. Which also goes to say, I mean, there are so many lessons that I'm learning in just having this conversation right now. So in these 4 years, time has passed. Of course, time is always going to pass. So I was doing different things, right? I published a book, which if you've been around here, you might know about. I have a book. It's published. You can buy it at Barnes & Noble or Amazon. That's where my book is. I make hair products that are beautiful and healing. I do a lot of things. I do a lot of things. But one thing above all is that I am meant to lead spiritually, to create spaces of deep healing that come from the divine. And it's like I've known this, but then I like would stop. I would start, then I would stop because I was like, oh, like, will people get it? I don't know if they really understand. Like, I don't know. I just had so many unknowns. So then I kept thinking to myself, let me take the quote safe path. And the safer path of the paths that were in front of me. Are you married? I like your hair. Thank you. No, I'm not married. I am single. And thanks about my hair. I also love it too. Yeah, I'm drinking tea and wine. So, in the name. Also, do you have any tips for me? My scalp needs healing. As a male, I've had this one bald spot in the side of my temple. And it seriously affected my self-worth and how I interact with others. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This is what I do. So now since I was 16, I'm not 25. This is what I do. This is I mean. Rewind. Like, let me pull it back. Let me pull it back so I can pull it forward so I can deliver the message to you. So, even something like hair growth. Yes, I'm gonna get to you and I'm gonna give you some tips. I'll share the wisdom that I have with you. Before I do, I want to say what you have said is not new. Like, so many people are experiencing something about their hair that is influencing the way that they see themselves. From women to men, children to adults to grandparents, like, you name it. Hair is something that significantly impacts the way that we see ourselves, the way that we interact with people in this world, and the way that people view us. And so it is so, like, it holds weight. Like, hair is something that is like, it really, really holds weight. And it's something that gets to, I don't know, like, God, give me the words so I can speak clearly. Give me the wisdom so that I can speak with you, so that you can flow through me in what I need to say. Okay. Give me the heart so I'm confident in myself and what I'm creating. Okay. What I would say is, hey Thane, I'm blessed. How are you? What I would say is, so what I do in general is I guide people to themselves, their worth, and their purpose in life through their hair. And how we do this is just like how you explained, how your hair impacts your self-worth. And when your self-worth determines the value that you hold in this world. When your self-worth is low, people will also value you very low, right? When you have high self-worth, even if you have very little to offer, just because you value yourself that much, other people in the world also value you just that much. So right, like, I don't just give people a product, because there are tons of products and some of them are really good and some of them are really bad. So it's not about a product, and it's not even really about a routine. Well, a routine kind of, right? So when I create a custom routine from someone, it's in the form of like a ritual. So everything that I do is very much a ritual, right? Like, when I sat here, my intention was to work on my purpose, to show up in my purpose, and to change my business plan and other things, right? So before I even opened my laptop, I did things that were going to put me in the energy that was going to align with what I'm doing. So, for example, I made myself some tea. I lit a candle. I dimmed the lights. And I put myself in this place so that what I create in the space is going to be indicative of the energy that I'm bringing, right? So that goes in even into caring for hair, is creating a ritual that allows me or the person who needs the help to connect with their hair on another level. Like seeing this as not just like something random. It's putting the power back into our hair that it already has. So, man, all that is to say, when things are done very like spiritually and intentional, the results are just tenfold, like 1,000-fold, a millionfold, like a millionfold. But the first thing I would recommend for someone who is maybe struggling with self-worth is write a list. Write a list. Write a list of the 100 reasons why you're freaking amazing, right? And on this list, it's not just things you've accomplished, which of course include that, right? Like, I graduated from high school. That is a win. That is a huge win. Like, that's something to include in there, right? Another thing could be, I played this sport. That's a win. Another thing is, I am a great cook. That's a win. Like, write a list of all of the things that make you amazing. That is definitely number one. That is definitely number one. Thank you. I really appreciate your channel, Tambigile. I thank God for people like you. I've followed you and any few Christians and small-time fitness creators. That's beautiful, and I'm so grateful for you and your energy that you bring here, and I'm grateful to be able to share in this space. So my number one thing is make a list of all the reasons you are freaking amazing, right? And put this list in a place where you're going to see it, right? So like if you look at your mirror every day, stick that list right there. So every time you look at yourself, you're also reminded of the 100 reasons you're freaking amazing. And when I say 100 reasons, I mean 100 reasons. Like, don't stop until you have 100 things written on that paper. And that is like an exercise that's really going to fill you up, So start by filling yourself up, by telling yourself how amazing you are. And then the next thing I recommend is this book called, it's called Speaking to Yourself with Love by Marcy Carden. And she talks about simple things like our daily rhetoric to ourselves, right? Like, what are the things we're saying to ourselves daily? When you drop something, are you the kind of person who says, oh my gosh, I'm so clumsy? Are you the person who goes shopping with your friends and like, oh my God, I look horrible in this. Oh, I look so fat. Like, are you that kind of person? Like, are you the one who says something incorrect and like, oh my God, I'm an idiot? Like, are you the kind of person who's saying those things? Because if you are, like, that's the reason your life is going the way it is. We like use your words to speak life. Use your words to speak life into all people, but especially yourself. If you're going to use your words to speak life into anybody, it gets to be you to start with, because this world is this world, right? Like, you don't know what you're gonna find when you go outside, but you have to at least create a space where you're safe in your own home, and your home being this body that you dwell in, right? Like, have a great and beautiful day, Thane. You definitely are more than enough. God bless you. So yes, like, I do not use words like that on myself. Like, hey James, I speak to myself with love. Like, when I look in the mirror, I'm like, girl, you look good. Like, and I constantly remind myself of that. Hey, Bolu, welcome. Make sure you like the live. Make sure you like the live. So, yes, like little, that seems quote little, but it's huge. It is huge. The way that we speak to ourselves is so, it is so important. Like, it is so, so important. So, even in times when things aren't going the best, or even before I felt like as good as I feel about myself now, I would start with even the little things that I did like. Like if there was something that I did like, I would just focus on that and talk about how much I like that. Oh, I like my wrist. I like my wrist. I have a tattoo on my wrist. I like my wrist, you know? And then when I would start there, then I would start to be able to see other things, you know? So really being intentional about loving and pouring love into oneself is the foundation for any kind of healing. Like, so self-confidence with or without the hair loss is paramount. I will definitely try that. Now, when it comes to feelings of unattractiveness and feeling the urge to want love but can't grasp it. That also wasn't the same thing. Like I'm saying, like when you start to speak to yourself with so much love, like I mean, it's so crazy to me right now that like there was a time in my life when I didn't feel the way that I feel right now about myself. Like there was a time in my life when I could literally look in the mirror and not see what's going on here. Like I was doubting this. I was doubting this. No way. No ways, no ways. It's crazy. No, thank you, God, for transformation. Thank you for time because listen, Linda, it was crazy back there. It was crazy back there. And the only way that I got here was by doing exactly what I'm telling you. Like, I started telling myself all of the reasons I'm amazing. I mean, I started looking at myself and finding all of the things that are beautiful about me. And I'm telling you, even if it had to start from one thing, like, oh, I like my wrist. Okay, oh, I like my nails, right? And eventually, like, even at a time when there was a time when I had this huge, massive breakout all over my face. And I have pictures of myself too when that was going on. I still was recording content. I was doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it was because I came to this place where I just realized that I am a vessel. I am a like God created me like individual me. There is no other me in this world. And if God thought I was a masterpiece and put me onto this world, who am I? Who am I to deny that? To walk around and be like, oh no, like God didn't do it right. My God didn't do it right. Oh please, like oh please, like let me tell you, one thing my God did was do it right over here. Like I don't know about you and your God and what your God did with you, but my God did right with me. So I feel like after that, after that, like there's just nothing to be said. Like there's no way I could ever see anything wrong with myself. Like with the person that was created out of like that magic, absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? Like absolutely not. You're a beautiful person, most importantly inwardly as well as outwardly. I pray God guides you to the right life partner and children who will be blessed by you. Future partners wisdom. Amen. Yes, yes, I receive, I receive, I receive, I receive. God, may you tenfold that prayer. May you tenfold the life of those who are praying for me. Return to sender in the most beautiful way, God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, so what I'm saying, I'm telling you, like, and it so upgrades everything. Like, when I started thinking highly of myself, I mean, the kind of people that I meet, like the things that they have for me are just incredible. And it's just because I feel that I deserve it. I walk around like I deserve it. because I do. Like, I walk into the room and I already know. Like, I have high expectations. I expect the most. I absolutely expect the most. And that goes not into only what other people are bringing me, but I expect the most. I expect the most from God. I expect the most from I expect the most from my life. Like, absolutely, I do absolutely believe that I deserve the most and I expect the most. Like, when I get up, I expect to have a good day. Like, I expect to have a good day. And I say, like, thank you, God, for the best day of my life, because every new day is going to be the best day of my life, because it's getting better every single day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I expect the most, the absolute most. And that even goes into my hair growth. Like, when I look at my hair and the things that I do for my hair, I expect it to grow. I expect my hair to thrive, and I expect us to be in unison. I expect me to say, this is what I want for my hair, and I expect that my hair is going to do exactly what I want. And that's what I get. So even recently, I just posted a video of my hair growth that happened in 2 years. Like, if you look on my page, you'll see it. And I'm like, 2 years ago, my hair was like right here when I started these locks. Mind you, that was 2 years back. 2 years back. And then now this is my hair. This is my hair now, right? Um just go look at that video, right? Yes, watch the video. But I mean, I didn't talk about like what I did in the video, except for the one on my TikTok I put in my comments. But the first thing I had to do was to get right with me. I tried so many things to grow my hair before, and nothing worked because I wasn't right with me. Like, me and my hair were not on the same page. I was beefing with my hair. I didn't like my hair. I just felt like my hair was not adequate. It was hard to manage. Like, the beliefs that I had about my hair were not in accordance with hair that grows. It wasn't. And when I changed my belief about my hair, then I was able to implement things in my life that grew my hair, like using water. Let's talk about water. Let's talk about how important it is to use water in our hair. Like, it's so simple. It's so simple. Some people are like astonished, like, oh my God. At the event I had yesterday, I did two different people's hair. And one of them was a guy. And so he was getting his hair done. And right before I started styling it, he was like, oh, do you need me to go get my leave-in conditioner? Do you need me to go get this and this gel? I have a gel. And I was like, no, you know. And at the end of the style, he was more than satisfied, like so happily satisfied with the hairstyle. And the only products I used was my hair growth oil and my hair growth spray that I make. And you get the results. You know what I'm saying? Like, when someone is wise enough to know what to do, they don't need a lot of things to do what needs to be done. They just get it done. You know what I'm saying? And I just get it done. But an easy, healthy oil and clean water are really pretty much all the hair needs to thrive. And I mean, yes, I do protein treatments to help strengthen the hair along the way. But like, as an everyday practice, water and real oil. Easy, like easy, easy. That's it. That's it. And also, one thing I recommend, especially if you have like a spot, an area where hair is not growing, scalp massage, right? And when we massage, you massage with this part, right? Just like if you're giving someone like a back massage, you're not like massaging with your fingernails. You massage with your like the balls of your finger, and you really get in there, right? And I recommend, really, if you're committed to it, once a day for even 5 minutes a day, just as you're getting into bed. Like, this is what I'm saying. This is the thing about rituals, routines, right? When I go to sleep, this is how I prepare myself for bed. I maybe put on my pajamas. I turn off the lights. Maybe I watch a show, right? And while I'm watching the show, I am gently massaging my scalp, right? Like, every part of our body holds tension, right? Like, a lot of times when we think about our physical bodies, we think about them just as a physical thing, but our bodies are spiritual, emotional, physical. They're everything, right? Stylist Aline, hey. So thanks for liking the live. And what I mean by that is that, like, when things happen to us in our lives, we might think, oh, I thought about it. Like, I quote processed it. I let it go. But our bodies hold on to memories. They hold on to things that happen, and it's stored everywhere. That's why, like, you won't have worked out or anything, and you'll wake up and be like, oh, my neck is sore, right? Or my shoulder is sore. And you didn't do anything strenuous or this. What? It's the emotions have built up enough that they are now spilling outward into physical manifestation to tell you, hey, in fact, that thing you thought you dealt with back there, you didn't. And now it's time to get it out before it does something crazy to us, you know? Castor oil count as real oil? I don't typically use just castor oil. Castor oil is a very heavyweight oil. So I would use something like avocado oil, right? Like, castor oil is something that I would mix with other oils, but maybe not just straight castor oil because it's very dense and heavy. A Noor? Okay, and then Ceciline says, I saw you once on another live. OMG, finally find your channel again. I'm glad you're here. Cheers to reconnecting. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm glad. But yeah, so when you massage, you're able to release things. Like, I'm telling you, just even do it today or do it while you're watching this right now. I don't know if your hands are busy, but literally put your phone down and just massage your head for the next 5 minutes. And when you take your hands off, you will see the difference. Like, recently I started getting adjustments by a chiropractor. And the first result after getting an adjustment is immediately, like, it's almost like a rush to my head. Like, the blood flow is returned to its natural state, and it goes from down and just flushes up. And it gives me this sense of, like, whoa. But it's like a release, and all that is physical manipulation, and it pulls things out of you. Like, seriously. Good. I'm glad you're doing the scalp massage. I'm drinking Apothic red wine and an herbal tea. 2 for 1. I don't know. This is how I feel. But I'm grateful to be drinking this wine. So my event that happened yesterday, one of my friends, she came over, and I recently met her. So mind you, I met Yamika about maybe 2 months ago. We met at this hotel bar, and I was there. I came by myself. She was there by herself. Then we just started chatting. And before we know it, like, that is my best friend. And I love her. I love her. I love her. She's amazing. She's amazing. And it also is, there's something to be said about people in your life who show up at your house and bring you a gift when they go into your house. There's something to be said about that, right? So 2 weeks ago, she invited me to a girls' brunch. Hold on. Okay, so 2 weeks ago, she invited me to a girls' brunch at her sister's house. So I came over and oh, I gotta go to sleep. Have a good night. Have a good night. Thanks for liking the live. So 2 weeks ago, I went. I went to her sister's house, and before I came, right, it was a brunch. So, like, okay, bring maybe one thing. And I said I was gonna bring hummus. I went into Trader Joe's, and when I was there, I, of course, saw flowers. There's always flowers at Trader Joe's. So I picked up these flowers and I said, oh, this will be nice to give to her sister. Right. And I brought it to her and she was surprised. She's like, oh, those are for me. I was like, yeah, they're for you. And they're beautiful yellow mums. And I love mums. And I think, especially in the winter, it's nice to have a flower that brightens up the home. Thank you for liking the live. So I gave her this, but it was just beautiful. So she came this weekend and she brought me this wine and this chocolate. I'm telling you, this chocolate is so good. That is my new favorite chocolate. I've never had chocolate taste that good. Um, but there is something to be said about people who show up at your house bearing gifts, right? Like, and mind you, it's not even my love language, but there is something to be said about it because there are other people who show up at your home, at your events, bearing nothing, right? And even when people come to my home, regardless of what they bring, um, my intention always is to heal those around me, right? So almost every single time someone comes to my home, I always make tea. And I make the tea specifically for that occasion, for that person, for what's going on. Right. So that time when I was talking to you about I was having that event and my friend was coming over to my house and I was going to have a dinner. Right. I wasn't planning on making tea. I had cooked a whole dinner. We had the dinner. And while we were at the dinner, she was coughing. Right. And I was like, she looked like she needs some healing. So after we got done eating, I was like, okay, let's go back upstairs and I'm going to make us some tea. Right. I got over there, my pot, got different herbs, put them together with the intention of giving her something that was going to get out whatever is in her that's making her cough right now. Right. And I made the tea. Right? And I made the tea. We both drank the tea. And then eventually she left. And then the next day she was like, yeah, I'm feeling much better thanks to your magic tea. But this is what I'm saying. Like, this also brings me back to that conversation about what do you bring to the table? And this is what I said to the girls at brunch when we talked about this. And I said, to me, I believe that one thing, the most valuable thing that I have in my life is my health. The most valuable thing I have in my life is my health, or anyone, right? Because no matter like how much money you have, if your health is not good, forget the money, right? Because the money is not going to go where you go after you leave this body, right? So the only thing, the thing that matters above everything else in this life that we have is our health. And I started thinking about this, and I was thinking about this because I was talking to a life coach, and we were talking about what I desire in partnership, in love, and romance, right? And I said these different things that I want. I want him to be kind. I want him to be witty. I want him to be intelligent, right? Well, witty kind of takes care of intelligent because I feel like someone's witty. When I say witty, it's like the combination of intelligent and funny. So, okay, there was that. There was awesome, of course. And then there was like abundant, right? Abundant in somebody. And probably one other thing. Anyway, I said all of these things. And then that weekend when I was over there, I had just literally been thinking about this table thing. And I said, one thing that I hadn't experienced in partnership with someone is someone who, I think maybe once, someone who like work to make me well when I wasn't well, like if I was sick, right? Like I've had maybe one person made me a soup, right? And it was probably out of a can. Like when you're ill, like you shouldn't be eating processed things. You should be eating things that give you life, right? And but one thing that I know is everyone who's experienced me in that way has experienced my healing in one way or another, right? Like if they were sick, like I'm making tea, I'm making a food that is going to nourish your soul, your mind, and your body. Like after you leave your this energy, this presence, you will be significantly better than when you came in with. And so I think that alone is enough to cover the whole table, right? Like when I talk about like bringing something to the table, like my health is the whole table, it's the whole house. Health is the house. Health is the house because without health, the house is empty, right? Because if I don't have health, I'm no longer in this body. Like when the health leaves this body, my spirit goes with it, right? So if anyone is in a relationship with somebody who is catering to their health in such a way, there is no question about what are you bringing to the table because the table has been brought. You asked, it was given. Like that's it. Like okay, even if somebody is like bringing home money, like which is a very good thing to be bringing, but if I'm like bent over, can't move, la da da, like and that person only has money to offer, like they have no use. They have no use. They have absolutely no use, you know? I wish I had Tempe magic tea maybe one day. Your perspective is very fresh, and I like how plainly you've articulated this. Like a man who cares for you to the minute detail, a husband and a career, a man who serves his woman, his child. Yes, yeah, like it's so important to be with somebody who can really be there with you. Like even when I went to the hospital and I was there and I'm thinking like, you know, life comes and goes. Like life comes and goes really, really fast. And it's really important to invest in people who are invested in us and who show, because people show it. Like people show you how invested they are in your life. They show up. Like it's a difference when you have a problem. Like if I have a problem and I speak about this issue that I'm going through to someone, there's like different responses that someone can give. I can speak and say, okay, this is what I'm going through, and someone can be like, oh, okay, sorry for you. They can be somebody who's like, oh, probably no response. And there's somebody who will say, here's the solution, right? And I had to take an assessment of the kind of people I was around because I came to realize that the people that were surrounding me were the kind of people who were being like, oh, sorry, and no solutions, right? But they were the same kind of people who would turn around and come to me to provide them a solution. And of course I would, because that's the kind of person that I am, right? Like I'm looking for solutions. Someone's talking about, oh, this isn't working out. I'm like, oh, what about this? I'm telling you, even in the last like 3 weeks, 3 different people have to come to me and told me something that they were working on, and I was able to point them in the direction of the solution to their problem. You know what I'm saying? So, and even in realizing that, it's like it's time to shift. Like it's beautiful to have, and this even goes into family. Like I am making a commitment. I am not talking about anything going on in my life. No issues, not even the wins with certain people. And that goes into even people in my family. Like you just don't need these are just conversations we're not going to have because you're not the kind of person. And it was funny because my sister was talking to me earlier today and she was like, oh, you know, that thing of not speaking about what you're working on until it manifests is a trauma response. I was looking it up, of course, Dr. Google, where some people get all of their advice to give to the world. and was basically saying, because I choose to not share all of the things that I'm working on with her or other people in my family, in my life, I'm very selective, and I can see that bothers her. But that's okay, because our choices in life are going to bother people. And one thing I've realized is it is not worth it to go around talking about the things that I desire, the things that I'm creating, with people who are not creators, right? People who are living by default, people who are not at the place where I want to be. I'm not going to them with my dreams. Dreams are like precious children, right? Like when God gives us this beautiful seed, it is to be nurtured and taken care of, right? It's to be placed in rich soil. And sometimes we get so excited about this seed that we can see birthing into this beautiful thing that we're like, oh my God, guess what? Guess what? So this is what I'm about to do. This is my beautiful seed. It's going to turn out magically. Just you wait, right? And someone will look and they won't get it. And they'll be like, are you kidding? Like, how is that going to happen? Where are you going to get the resources? How is that? That's not even possible. Be realistic, right? This will be somebody who probably loves you will be saying these things, and it's not with the intention to harm. It's just because they don't get it. But when God gave me a vision, God gave that vision to me. If that vision was given to somebody else, it would already happen for them, but it wasn't given to them, right? It wasn't given to my dad, it wasn't given to my sister, it wasn't given to you who's listening to this. The vision was given to me, and I am the one who's supposed to nurture that seed and bring it into fruition. So it is up to me. So I'm no longer going to take my beautiful seeds and go and share it with people who don't get it. Like, they are not meant to get it. They're not meant to get it. And when I do share my beautiful seeds, I'm taking it to people who have nurtured their own seeds, who know what it's like to have a seed that no one else can see or understand. I'm telling you, I'm holding a seed, and you look at my hand and you say it's empty. But that's because the vision's not for you, right? Like, your hands are empty. And I'm like, no, there's a seed. Your hands are empty. No, there's a seed, right? And when you're in the beginning stage of creating something new, it's very vulnerable, because even somebody's words, especially the words of somebody who loves you, can influence you to be like, oh, you're right, there is no seed, and you let it go. But it wasn't that's not the truth of what happened there, you know. So, and talk about boundaries, okay? Like, really getting to be clear, getting to live in my purpose and standing in that. And also being selfish, like not caring that my decision to keep my things private is going to hurt somebody else's feelings. That's on them. I don't care anymore. I have my life to live. And the more that I care about myself, the further I can go, so that I can help those in the future. But if I care too much about what's going on in people's feelings, I'm going to stay in the same place that I've been, and it's not going to grow. Like, it's time to get up and get out. Okay. Our society has trivialized relationships to body types and skills, and an overwhelming thought on the intimacy with vulgar questions, which I won't repeat. These types aren't looking for, they're not. Those are the people who make up the statistic of when they talk about, 40% of people get divorced. It's like, well, let's go back to the time before they said I do. And what was that like? What even led them to say I do? Because some people choose to get married because they feel like it's the quote right thing to do, or they don't have any other choices, or well, it's just time to settle down, or so. And then people act surprised when like divorces come. Like, some people set themselves up so that this would happen, With our own African backgrounds, I can attest to this, with parents often warning us not to express everything to our families. I used to find it cruel, but I understand. Yeah, literally. I used to also think that too. Like, why would I not tell them? Why would I not tell them? But some people are not like, it's just not the time. Is it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be talked about. It's not time for that. Literally, zip my lips. 2026 is the year I have zipped my lips. Mm-mm. Not talking about it. You just gonna hear about it. Okay. Let me turn off my tea. I turned it back on. All right, I get to water my flowers tomorrow. I'm back. Um, so yeah, like I'm telling you, this year is the year of silence. I'm working on really big things right now, and let me tell you. Now there was a time when I was a bit of a lone home dweller. Still am to some respect, but I've gutted out the poison I used to watch. And thoughts I let simmer, still working on my mind, watering my seed. Yes, water that seed. May God bless these seeds. May God bless these seeds. Oh, may they be as abundant as my beautiful plants, growing out of control. Ooh, growing out of control. You see here, no end in sight. May our seeds be just like that. Oh, God. May you watch over these beautiful seeds. Wow. May you remind us of the power that we hold. May we never forget that these seeds were gifted to us by you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. That's why I keep refining my vision. And it's so interesting because when I started working on my business, I I wanted it to be able to be understood by the masses, right? To quote, expand my target market. In doing that, I saw no growth. And I'm telling you, I tried different ways. I tried different ways of doing the same thing. And it kept coming back as 0 out of 0. It wasn't growing. And I'm thinking, I'm watering my seed, I'm watering my seed, I'm watering my seed, I'm watering my seed. God, I'm watering my seed. What is going on? You know, but what it was that I wasn't actually watering my seed. It was like a seed adjacent, because my gift of healing is about healing internally. And we do that in different ways. And one of them that I use is hair care. But my focus is not hair care. My focus is on the spirituality of healing, is the deep spirit that's involved with getting one back to their natural state of being, which is good health. And it was like I wasn't focusing on that, because spirituality can be, I don't know, like hit or miss, dodge, like it can turn some people off, some people won't get it, it'll be taken as this, blah blah blah. But then I realized that in this season I get to focus on what my seed actually is. Like, hello? So I wasn't typing anything. Seriously, I'm now like telling chat what happened at my event yesterday, so we can work on like refining some stuff for me. And it's so interesting because there's like, do I see a change coming to society? What change? What? What change are you speaking of? What the heck happened right there? Okay, because I was about to say, I redid my website right now, and I think I need to talk about it on here. In terms of people being more silent and watering their seeds. Kind of. Yes. Kind of. Okay, this is what I've realized. Is that website design. What I've come to realize is that when I set an intention and I'm saying like this is something I'm gonna do, or this is what I'm working on, immediately my circle becomes exactly what I start talking about. So even like when I moved here, I wanted to really be grounded with a community of people who uplift me spiritually, who get like what it is I'm doing, who understand like who understand the means in which I use to connect with my creator. And then that's all that I've been meeting. Like the people who, like people who I meet end up just like speaking the same language as me, right? Like those people who came to my event, all of them completely resonated with everything that I was doing. I didn't know that about those people. Like even my friend brought her friend and completely in alignment. You know what I'm saying? There was somebody who I'd met here in my building before, and when we were at the event, saw a completely different side that I didn't know existed. But I feel that this all happened because I set an intention. So to me, it does feel like a change in society, because when we think about society, it's our own personal world. It's the world that we interact with. There's almost 8 billion people in the world, if not already 9, almost, whatever. So everybody is living in a different kind of society, right? There are people who are living right now who are living in a trade barter system, right? There are people right now who are living off of their land in community with the people around them and with the earth. There are people who are living in advanced cities who are very disconnected from the earth and their neighbors, right? So society is very different for all of us, and I believe that we create the society that we live in by being intentional and declaring what we want and then allowing God to bring it to us. So in my society, yes, for sure I see that change. I think this is the slowest I've been drinking this wine. Like this is just a flute. I'm still right here, you know? I've lost all my friends by way of growing apart and chasing this new me I know is there but wants to be seen out. But I feel my flesh wants to drag me down with things of the past, current self wants. Oh, it's so interesting today. Before I even got on here, I was saying a prayer. Um, one thing I am is a prayer warrior. Um, I, I pray. I pray. And so I prayed before this, and I was praying that God releases me from the things of the past, that things that are not serving me are let go. Things, people, places, mindsets, thoughts of the past are let go. That I released them and I swept it out of my house. So cleaned my room, swept. I'm telling you, and it's interesting. This is what I'm saying about how I make my society, right? Like, this is something I was doing, and I did this just before I came on here, and now I'm on here and we're having this conversation about something I did just before I got on here. You see what I'm saying? So literally, we create the world that we live in. But yeah, like I'm telling you, when I talk to God, I talk to God and I tell God what I want, and that's it. Like, that's it. It's done. So, yeah, I'm telling God, look, like, I feel a part of your society now. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. And it's so funny because I was having a conversation with my dad earlier, and he was like, "Oh, I know you be having secret societies." He was talking about it in another way, like, oh, like gossiping about stuff. And no, I have a society, but we talk about like good. And it's so funny, he just texted me as I was speaking his name. I'm telling you, God. One thing about God is God gonna show up. Not a slow-mo video. My dad is hilarious. My dad is hilarious. I have to show the world. That is so funny. But yeah, like I was just praying, like, release me of those things of the past. Bless me so that I can look forward to what is coming towards me, that my thoughts stay in the present and in the future that I'm creating, because that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with this, letting go of that 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 stuff, from over there, that is not serving us. It says there's an alert. Stay home. This thing is telling us to stay home. Guys, are we true? Wows. Huh. But saying about travel, I think I might go today. Is that Holla at a Player? Holla at a Player. Hey, make sure you like the live. We're just talking about. We're talking about a lot of things today. We're talking about a lot of things. Yeah. Being in alignment. God blessing us. Truly, I feel so blessed. Feels like 1 degree. I'm scared, y'all. I'm scared. How are you? Like, what are your takeaways from this year? Holla. Like, what is something you are taking from this year? Like 2025. And learn a lot. Let me tell you about my year. And like, I can be frank. I feel my bald spot and my anxiety and how I act very weird and uncomfortable around women stems from self-worth and mindset I kept shamefully though. Um, yeah. And the interesting thing is that in partnership, like, that's why when we go into relationships, we go in 100. I bring 100% of me, you got to bring 100% of you, right? And I remember like a time when I was dating someone and I was having a lot of self doubt in myself at this time because of things, especially financially. Like, this person was so financially abundant, and that was not my reality, like my personal reality. And so it made me feel like I'm not worthy, like, la da da, all of these different things, you know? And it ended up affecting the relationship negatively, right? But when I am like sure of myself, I'm able to bring the best of myself. And what you have to realize is, like I said, that list of 100 reasons why you're amazing is going to change your life. Like, right now, you might be able to look at yourself and see the things that you don't like. But in time, you will look at yourself and not be able to identify a single thing that you don't like. Like, I'm telling you, if you were to ask me, what would I change about myself? Let me tell you nothing. I'm telling you absolutely nothing. Especially if you're asking me what would I change about myself physically, you got to be mad. Are you kidding me? Seriously. There is nothing. There is no reason to have anxiety about the way you look. I'm telling you. Remember who made you. Anytime you question yourself and how you look, think back to who made you and ask yourself, if you were sitting in front of your creator right now, would you be able to sit there and tell them, hey, my guy, you made a mistake back there. You know, when you could have given me this and made me look like this, you chose this. Is that the kind of conversation you're going to have with the person who created you? Or are you going to be like, wow, you're a magnificent creator. You've created everything in divine perfection. Therefore, you created me. Therefore, what? I am perfect. Okay. See? My teens till now. And because I'm 25, how can I seek marriage if I can't be a man that is truthfully seeks his woman? Not because I think she's just physically beautiful, but also. Questions have been posed. Questions, they have been posed. Yeah. Okay. You can keep sharing. One thing I'll share, we can talk about like I said, what is the one thing you guys are taking out of this year? So let me tell you about this year. This year began in Southern California. Oh my gosh, the beautiful sun, the sunshine. You know what I'm saying? It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Oh gosh, it was magnificent. And right, mind you, at the end of last year, this time, I was in LA and I was doing a leadership conference and I declared something over my life. God, you remember what I spoke. And we said by December 31st. There is still 2 weeks until then. Allow this to be made manifest, God. Thank you, please. Okay. Praying for what I proclaimed. So, yes, Southern Cali, of course. So, that's where it began. Then, by like maybe June, I had then moved to Indiana to work. I was working as an interior designer. Right, I went from LA. I was doing that leadership training, hanging out, doing a lot of that. Moved to Indy, was an interior designer. After that, I moved to Chicago and started medical school. So things haven't passed. This is 1 year. In 1 year, these are the things that have happened. I've lived in 3 different states in 1 year. And it's been a wild ride. It's been really fun. I've accomplished a lot and done a lot of different things. And the one thing I'm really, really taking away from this year is God works quickly. God works quickly. And it's so interesting because sometimes in a time of need, it can feel like, oh my God, God, like, where is my blessing? Where's the thing that I asked for? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? But then when you take a step back and just look over what has happened, God works so quick, because every time I made a different decision of what I wanted, it took, like, it didn't take God any time to deliver it. Like, when I was in California, even when I made the decision that I wanted to go to California again, instantly I was there within a week. I was there within a week. 1 week. Oh gosh, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And then when I decided I wanted to leave Michigan and work, when I decided I wanted to have a job, I found that job working interior design. Mind you, I didn't go to school for interior design. They could have been hiring anybody. There was people at my job who were working in a less position than me. Mind you, they were in school for interior design. Currently, as we were speaking, I had no experience doing interior design. I made a decision that I wanted to have a job, and I wanted to have a job that I liked, and I wanted it to be creative. I started working as an interior designer. I'm in people's homes, like, designing what they, you know what I'm saying? Like, then I decided I wanted to go to school. Here I am. Here I am. What inspired me to start medical school is, oh my gosh, I'm also going to share this. So this is just a brief background on me, and this is also leading to some of the takeaways that I had from yesterday. What inspired me to go to medical school is since I was a child, I always had the desire to heal people. And when I was 8 years old, I knew that I wanted to study naturopathic medicine. And this also goes into thinking about the fact that there are experiences in our lives that we think we've moved past and don't really realize. For example, when I was 1.5, my mother transitioned, right? So I grew up all this time without my mother being physically present in my life. And I always thought, like, okay, like, I'm fine. Like, I knew there would be times, of course, it would make me sad, but, like, I would think overall, like, oh, I'm fine, right? And I would think as if, like, I didn't have memory of that. But that memory of that event lived on inside of me all of this time. And even when I was 8, for me to say, oh, I want to be a doctor, like, no one asked me for that. Like, that wasn't something my dad or family members, like, pressed and said, oh, you should. No one said anything about me needing to be in medicine. I chose that. And I believe that was also my desire to heal something that I didn't understand had happened to me when I was 1.5. So, okay, I decided this, right? When I was in school, in high school, biology was my thing. My favorite class. I, like, was doing everything I could to learn about the human body, how it works. I got into Ohio State. Went to Ohio State, and I chose my major as biology. And while I was there, because my intention was to go to medical school, I started doing research. I worked as a clinical researcher at a children's hospital. And it was beautiful. Learned a lot of things, and also really got uplifted by so many. That was a beautiful time. And during the same time, I was shadowing a heart surgeon who worked on campus at the Ross Heart Hospital. An amazing doctor. He was a cardiothoracic surgeon. So what my days would look like with him or a week anyway, I would go to clinic, and in clinic is when a patient comes in, we see them, we talk about their symptoms, and then maybe we order tests, right? And then you have a follow-up to clinic where we're delivering the results of the test. Like, oh, you have a leaky valve. That's what's causing you to be out of breath and not be able to carry your groceries to the steps. Okay, you're gonna need a surgery. And then we would go into the OR. When we'd be in the OR, he would treat me just like a medical student, asking me questions. What do you think is causing this? Okay, this is what happened. So what do you think is happening? When we're looking inside of their body as we're operating, he's showing me, oh, this is a result of this. This is like this. Da, 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 da. I'm seeing everything, right? And I get to see them in rounds after we finish. And I remember one day we were doing rounds. We went and saw this patient, and she was slim. She looked overall pretty healthy, and I couldn't believe she had just had open heart surgery. And I'm like, Dr. Rushing, like after we left the patient's room, and we were walking in the hallway, I said to Dr. Rushing, I said, do you think she's gonna be back here? And he looked at me without like any thought, any question, and said, well, yeah, like, of course, basically, that she's gonna be back here. Mind you, she was in her 30s. She had just had open heart surgery. And okay, sidebar, she, I think, was a hard drug user. So yes, there are things. But what that moment showed me is that medicine, especially Western medicine, isn't made to heal. It's like a Band-Aid that people put on that keeps them continuing to come back for more. And that was the day I decided I'm not going to medical school. So I finished my degree in biology, finished my time with Dr. Rushing, with my other doctor at the pediatric hospital, Dr. Thakar. I enjoyed my time, learned what I did, and said, all right, I'm going to LA and I'm going to be creative. And I started doing whatever. I was modeling, I was acting, I was doing things I had never done before because I'd never let myself really be creative. I was a science girl. So all of those things happened. Beautiful time. And then when I was there, I learned about naturopathic medicine. And it was like I was randomly doing some research one day, and I learned about naturopathic medicine, what it is, and that there are doctors who use whole ways to heal people that look into, naturopathic medicine uses remedies like homeopathy, which is, homeopathy is these drugs that are created from plants and minerals, literally like diluting the pollen of a plant and then coating it around a sugar pellet. And it reverses the symptoms of the same thing that it caused. We can go into something about that later, but it's a natural way of healing. Chiropractic, physical adjustments, meditation, sound healing, water healing. Like, there are doctors who do this, and I was like, oh my God, this is cool. I did not know there was a thing like this. So then I found that out, looked it up, found different places that offer it. There was one in San Diego. I considered that, and I chose to come to the one in Chicago because I wanted to be close to my sister who was about to have a baby, and I was like, I want to be there to help her and different things like that. And that's what led me to where I am now, is all of that. Hold on. I'm also doing something at the same time, so the story continues. I've already said that. Thank you. Thank you for that. I'm excited to, he's a beautiful little baby boy. And it's like, oh, babies, it's cute. Okay, so let's continue. Hopefully it's gonna get the message. Sometimes, like, I'm also, I am enjoying what I'm learning. It's quite It's definitely a challenge. Like I haven't been in school for about like 5 years. So being in school now is like, whoa. Medical school is not like what I don't know what I thought medical school was like, but it's serious, you know, and to be a naturopathic doctor means we get to learn everything you learn in traditional medical school, and then on top of it, on top of it, also learn these natural ways of healing. So I was in 25 credit hours this last semester. 25. I was in like 8 different classes. So that was a learning curve, and by the grace of God, I passed every class. I didn't, I mean, I knew, because I know the power of my God, that I was going to pass, but like, mind you, our exams are worth 40% of our grade. Our final exam, 40%. 40% of my grade is on one test. Can you freaking imagine that? The stakes are high. The stakes are high. The stakes are very, very high. So yeah, like that being said, hey, just something to think about. But overall, truly have been enjoying it. Like I'm learning I'm learning things in like I'm learning such amazing things. It's so incredible. Like one of the hardest classes I took this semester was biochemistry. By the grace of God, I got a C in that class. Like, mind you, going into that class, going into the final, I had like a 58%, which is, I had to whisper that. That was 58%. It was bad. Oh, it was bad. Oh, bad. Oh. All of our grades are just like exams, like, and I was like, whoa. And so, you know, I do my thing where I pray to my God and my God answers my stuff. So I told God, I was like, look, like, prepare me for this. And when I was studying for my final, like, before I would study, every time I would say a prayer. And I would pray that the information that I was learning, like, resonates with me, that I'm able to remember it and recall it in a way that allows me to answer correctly on my exams. Right? Like, I'm telling you, I really believe in the power of prayer. So one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna talk to God about it. Okay, before I talk to anybody, I'm gonna talk to God about it. So yes, mind you, I went in with a 58%. Somehow, by the grace of God, I ended up with over 70% in that class. I gotta see. I was like, oh shoot. And you know what I really think it was is that, like, regardless of what was happening on those tests, I was understanding the material. Like, one of these girls who was in my class, we were talking one day, and she was like, you know, when we're in like self-is and biochem, I am like trying to catch up with everything he's saying, and you're asking like some advanced question, and I keep thinking to myself, like, how did she get that, you know? But for me, it's like I really understand what's being taught to me, and I'm so glad. Well, I'm so glad it ended up reflecting on the final. I was like, I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. Like, I'm good with that. I'm good with this. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Let's go. Literally, let's go. So, by the grace of God, yes. Yes. The Tebegele Dube. The doctor Tebegele Dube. Yes. She's coming. She's coming. She's coming. Yes, this is me. Look. I got my stethoscope in hand. Like, is it not giving healer? Is it not giving healer? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to listen to my heart. Let me see. It's cool. Listening to your heart could be like a meditation. Because, hold on. I can't. Anywho, it's nice that in medical school we get our medical bags our first semester, right? It's a ritual, something you do. And here's my doctor's bag. I have things in here. I have a blood pressure cuff, the pulse oximeter for your finger, like everything. And it's really cool. It's so cool to be. It's really cool to be standing here. Right? So like it's standing clear here. It's standing clear anyway. I was trying to do that. So, okay, going back to the story. Okay, I chose naturopathic medicine. And still, when I was doing this, I was working on my business, right? Like in my business, I was talking about hair care, how to heal it, how to grow it, all of these different things. And even during this time, I've come to realize that my purpose has always been a healer, one who truly heals people from their core outward. And yes, sometimes it's reflected in hair, sometimes it's meditations or creating different routines and rituals. But my purpose overall is to be a healer. And when I realized that, like, I think that is what is changing my life, because there are so many ways that I can heal, and I kept trying to like, I don't know, it was like I wasn't being clear about that, and I was straying from it. So now I'm very clear about what it is I do and how I do what I do. But it's like this gift to heal people has always been my intention long before I knew where it was coming from. And to think that, like, my grandfather is buried in War Heroes Memorial in their cemetery in Zimbabwe. And he was a healer during his time in Zimbabwe. And he used herbs and natural things to heal people. He used his mind to bring them to peace, right? And this is part of my journey that I kept like trying to leave out. And it's so clear to me now that that gets to be the forefront of everything that I do. Like, my work is to first heal and then move forward. Like, it's always about healing. And I do that by doing different things like meditations. I do that with the food that I create, with the teas that I make, with the hair products I make. Everything is done with the intention to heal and bring one back to alignment with themselves in whatever way. So it can be healing from anything, like whatever. A lack of self-confidence, a lack of self-belief, overwhelming grief, or living in the past, all of these things, because literally disease is just a lack of ease in the mind and the body. So cheers to thee. Yeah. That's what I'm doing. So now I'm like rebranding my website, because I recently made a website and then I had to change it. Thanks for liking the live. And I had to change it because I realized I wasn't being clear. Like, I wasn't like being clear. Yeah. And I believe that everyone has the innate ability to heal themselves. And I mean, I guess that was one thing that I didn't like about Western medicine, is that it takes power away from people. Even in something like childbirth, for example, a lot of women are told by doctors how basically they need them. Like, they need the doctor to be able to have a child. People have been having children for thousands of years, way longer than hospitals have been around, right? women don't need a doctor to deliver a healthy child, but a lot of doctors will make it seem like that is the case. And it really is like stripping women and people of their power, right? Yeah, literally through home births, like women would join with other women and create like a space. They would be together, grandmothers, aunties, whoever, to bring a child into existence. But it goes way beyond childbirth. Like, there, people have been healing themselves for hundreds and thousands of years. This is not something new, right? Like, and my goal in what I do is to remind people of their innate ability to heal themselves. Like, I don't want people to come to me and want to stay forever. Right? Like, even when I would do hair treatments, which is honestly not something that I'm willing to do anymore unless somebody's willing to pay the price, because it's gonna come at a cost, and at a serious one, at a high level, at a high rate. And that's because it's a serious time investment, and what I'm doing is like something serious. So, yeah, like even when I was doing that, my goal was to be able to show people, excuse me, that they can do this by themselves. Like, I show them the hair treatments that I make. I show them the products that I make for them. I show them how I do it. I give them a regimen. I give them everything they need to leave me and never have to see me again. But they'll come back anyway because, most people would rather somebody else do it for them or whatever. But I mean, if someone is willing to pay the price that it costs, $3K, then you can have my time. But you don't have to ask the question, but let me know if I cross the line. No, you didn't cross the line. I would consider it. That's my actual desire. That's my desire. We'll see what God has in store for me at that time, but that would be what I would want to do. In Jesus' name, hopefully it works out for me in that way. But yeah, so yeah, in this life, like, my goal is to remind you of your personal power. Okay, great. So my goal in this life is to remind people of their personal power, is to bring them back in connection with divine, with their creator, to remind them that they possess everything that they need. Albeit I'm a healer, the healing that I do is healing from self-doubt. It's healing from lack of confidence. It's healing from any kind of disease that is brought on by a lack of ease in the mind, body, and spirit. When people leave me, they're better connected to themselves and in a place where they're able to heal themselves of anything that may come their way in the future, be it a bout of sadness or an ache in their back or lack of hair growth. They are positioned in a way that allows them to have the resources that they need in order to access the power they desire, which is the power of healing. Because above all, when we have healing and health, we have everything that we desire. There is nothing more desired in this world than health. At times when we say the things we desire, we don't mention health, especially when we have it, because we believe that it's always going to be there. But when lack of health is there, it's very clear to everyone the value that health has. So when people have health, they have everything. And I bring them to a place where they're allowed or able to create health for themselves in any situation, any circumstance, any environment. Even though they know what you do, I would do that. That's what I'm saying. Like, if people are paying for time, I can invest time. Like, Doesn't matter. 3K to spend time with me? Absolutely. I would I'll totally be down. If someone wants to do that today, I'm totally down for that. Like, it's so interesting because okay, in my experience of dating, it's been interesting because one thing that people often say to me is, oh, you're so calm, like you're so calm, like being around you is like so easy, you're so calm. And when like a guy would say that to me, I would think like, what are the other people like? Like when you're like with other people, like what kind of experiences are you having? Like because I in general thought like everyone's like me. You know, I guess I'm very I think about myself. Obviously. Let me close the window. It's getting kind of chilly right now. Um yeah, but I just think about me and the way that I move around in this life, and I'm like, you mean to tell me if you're committed? Ah, damn. Yes, Ashley, I didn't mean to click on your message so fast. I'll be taking on the advice you've given me today. I always love the gems you drop. It's a pity you aren't as active always on YouTube. I know, it is a pity. Let's not make it a pity anymore. Let me be consistent with my time here. Guys, this is 2 years of hair growth. Do you see this? 2 years, just 2 years, my guy. This is just 2 years. This, I mean, my life. Like, if there was a book, thank you for liking the laugh. So, if your life had a title, like if you were to write a book about your life, what would the title be? What would the title of your life's book be called? Um, Cabe, Kim, Cabello, maybe. Hey. Chewy says, are women healers? I do believe so. But I don't believe it's in every woman either. I believe that it is in certain women. I feel like women are more inclined to be healers. But that's not to say that every woman is a healer, because some that I've met have nothing like that inside of them. You know, like nothing. Whereas even like my dad is a healer. If I was sick, like I could rely on him to make me a healing tea, to make me a nutritious meal that's gonna fuel my body with life, you know. So it's just who you choose, but it's about being intentional about that choice and realizing that health is the epitome of life. Like that's what living is having good health. So when I know that and I'm intentional, then I can choose somebody who's going to, you know, add to that, aid to that, you know. I want to be more like you are, but as a male, I have to strive for more Christ-like, so people may describe me as warm and deeply caring. Regardless, it's given back to me. Describe as I would hate if people describe me as a talker. It was all about self. And it's so interesting because, you know, even the thing of like giving to people, like I give because it's a gift, right? Like even love. I'm somebody who loves. I show up already in love. Like it's not hard for me to meet somebody and 2 weeks later be like, I love you. Even like how I just was mentioning about Yamika, my friend who I met like 2 months ago. I told her that I love her probably a month after we met. I was like, girl, I love you. Like, you are, like, you're amazing. And I do genuinely love her. Like, and for me, when I love unconditionally. And there is no like difference in my love. I remember when I told somebody that I loved him, right? So this is when I keep mentioning this guy, this is the same guy, right? Let's just call this guy A. Like Pretty Little Liars or whatever. So it was great. There was things going on, blah blah blah, right? And eventually, like, I wasn't really expressing my emotions during the time that we were together, but he was somebody who would constantly tell me like, "Oh, you're so calm, you're so different," and it also makes me think like, okay, obviously there was a shift. Like, if there was different people before me who weren't like me, then I guess he experienced a shift, and I guess I also experienced a shift to be able to interact in that way. But anyways, um, all that is to say, one day I finally said to this guy, I love you. Like, we were having a conversation. I had never said this before to him, and I decided I'm about to tell this guy. I was a little nervous. I was like, but I'm gonna say it. And I said it. I was like, I love you. And he was like, what do you mean? Like, in what way? And I was like, I mean, in the way that I love you. Like, I just love you. And I felt like people will sometimes say, I love you as like, I love you as a friend, or I love you as, a person. I love you as a dot, dot, dot. I'm not I love you as kind of person. If you hear the words, I love you coming from me, it means that I love you. I love you as in, I love you, period. The way that I show that love looks different, right? Like, when I show love to my siblings, it might look different than even when I show love to my nieces, who maybe when I show love to them, it's more in gifts and in different phone calls. Or if I'm showing love to my sister, it's acts of service, being there for her when she calls me. If I'm showing love to a romantic partner, it might be in quality time, physical affection, different things like that. But the way the love is shown might be different, but the love itself is just love, right? And after I explained this, like, mind you, he said, oh, I don't feel the same way. I was like, okay, that's fine. That's what it is. And even at the end of the conversation, I was like, oh, like, I love you still, I love you. Have a great day. That's because when I love, like, I'm not loving so someone can love me back. Like, I'm not coming to someone to say I love you so I can hear it back. Like, I hear myself tell myself I love me every day. I know what it feels like to be loved. I have my love, my creator pouring into me unconditionally. And it's funny because I've met some people who be like, I don't say that word. Like, I don't say that. That's too real. Like, I only say that. I've only said that once. As if that's a superpower. Like, I've only said I love you once. Like, oh, do you think you're like Superman because you did that? What did you get? Like, do you want a trophy because you are able to keep your love in a cage under a box in the depths of the deep dark sea? Like, and that should be clapped for? I'm just gonna like smile and wave. Because, like, to me, that it's not a win. It's not a flex. Like, there's no flexing in that. I feel the flex is in being able to give love unconditionally. Like, I don't care what your response is to the love that I give, because, to be honest, even like, if I love somebody, and even if I'm scared to tell them that I love them, me not telling them doesn't take away the fact that I love them still, right? So even if I don't tell them, it's not going to change the fact that that's how I feel. So even if I tell them and they say that's not how they feel, it doesn't change the fact that that's how I feel. The only thing that's changed is that I let it out of me. I put the ball into their court. Because imagine I do love somebody and they do love me back, and I'm over here thinking I'm not gonna say this word because it's too serious, la da 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 da. And the whole time they're thinking the same thing that I am. It's like there's just things in life, like I don't, and there's just some things in life that I don't all the way get. That for me, like when I show up, I'm going to give what I have to give because this is what I want to do. And if I don't want to, then I'm not going to. But one thing you can count on me to give is my heart. And I'm going to give it because I'm not waiting for you to pour into my heart. God pours into my heart every day. I wake up, I know that I'm loved. I don't need any like person to tap me and be like, "Oh, I love you." Like God tells me that every day. It's nice to hear, yes, but that's not gonna stop me from saying I love you to people. So yeah, food for thought. There's a person I love still and always will, but she doesn't feel the same way. It hurts, but I never asked her out as I knew the answer deep down. So, how did you know the answer? How did you know the answer deep down? She told you? She told you she would have said no? So, did you ever tell her that you loved her? The question has been posed. Because there's some things there that's not clear, Like, how do you know someone's feelings if you never ask? And that's the interesting thing in life. Like, we'll meet people. Things will go on. Things will happen in life. And we just assume. It's just like that quote that says, "Don't assume because you'll make an ass out of me and you." We can choose. It's like even when we walk into a room and people look at us, no one is opening their mouth, right? Like, I'm not like touching this person's head and hearing the thoughts coming out of their head. No, like it's my choice to look around the room and then I can make an assumption of what people are thinking. And if I'm going to assume anything, I'm going to assume these people are thinking great thoughts about me. I'm assuming that when I walk into the room and people turn around and look at me, they're thinking, "Oh my gosh, what an incredible woman. Oh, she's amazing. Oh my God, I want to work with her. What does she do?" Those are the thoughts that I'm thinking that these people are thinking about me. But some people walk into a room and people will look at them and they'll think, "Oh, they must be thinking I look fat. Oh, they must be thinking I don't belong here. Oh, they must be thinking I'm not right." Blah, 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 right? You're hypothesizing things about a situation that hasn't even happened yet, right? So it's like you're literally creating a story, telling a story. And it's like if I'm going to tell any kind of story, I'm going to make it a good one. I'm gonna make it one where I'm the hero in the story. There's no way I'm gonna sit here and come up with a story in my head where things don't work out in my favor. Like, why would I waste my energy doing that? I just assume doing that. Yeah, it's like if you love somebody, if you still have them in your life in some way, I would tell you, call them today and tell them that. I'm telling you, there's just literally, there's nothing you lose. Like, there's literally nothing you lose. Like I'm telling you, when I said that to that man, and he told me, and I said to that man that I love you, and he's like, "How do you love me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I love you like I love you, like period. All I know is that I love you. That's it." And he said to me, "Oh, I don't feel the same way." Did I lose anything? Absolutely not. There is nothing that was lost in that moment. But I did gain something. I gained the ability to give something to someone without a need for it to be returned. I gained freedom. Freedom from this thought constantly rolling around in my mind. Like, "Oh, I'm thinking this. I think I love this guy." But it wasn't crazy because I don't like ruminating on love. Like if I feel that way, I'm just gonna say it. Like I didn't realize that until the day that I told him. Like I had like some deep conversation with myself and I realized that some of my actions were a result of the fact that that's the way that I felt. And then I just said it, you know. But yeah, like I lost nothing. Like I lost nothing. It wasn't weird. It wasn't weird. It's not like saying that to someone, they're gonna be like, oh my God, you're so crazy. And even if they did, it's just a reflection of themselves. Like if someone says, I love you to someone, and their reaction is, oh my God, you're crazy. My thought is they probably never really received much love in their life. And love to them makes them feel uncomfortable, or love to them might feel like a threat. They might have been raised in a situation where love was the equivalent of pain, you know? Like there's so many other circumstances and situations that make people respond the way that they do. But one thing that I'm not gonna let happen is whatever their response impact me and the way that I move in this life. Like I believe that love is meant to be given. Like when I think about God, I think about love, unconditional love, always showing up regardless, like because of. God is just always there. And that is the way that I strive to be always there, to love anyway. Like anyway, I will love anyway, even if people deny it. That's not going to take away my love, because even if I saw the same person in this moment right now, I would still act the same way because I love. You know, I love. Like, I love. That's it. Like, that's it. That's it. Okay, I want to go to the Hoxton tonight. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you got something to say, you better say it. Life is not guaranteed. And one thing I will not live in is regrets. Thinking, man, if I would have taken that shot, if I would have taken that leap, if I would have tried this thing, if I would have moved to that place. First off, this is deja vu. That was also deja vu. Secondly, seriously, and would I literally be sitting up here thinking like, when I decided I wanted to move to LA from Ohio, people was telling me, oh, don't do it. Oh, it's gonna be too expensive. I mean, I set my mind. I already said this is what I'm doing. So what did I do? I left and I did it. Right? When I left LA, I decided I was going to South Africa. People said it's dangerous. Oh my gosh, the criminals. What did I do? I did it. Why? Because I wanted to. Like, simple. Because I wanted to. And I'm telling you, there is just no way in this life. There is just no way in this life that I will have a desire and let it pass and not try. Like, even if it's saying that I desire this certain person or whatever, like if I feel, even that guy that I kept telling you guys this whole thing about, like we met, like mind you, like good things happen when you have fun. So if you're not having fun in this life, my guys, get somewhere and start having fun quickly, fast. So at this time I was living in LA and I had made a decision. So my time there, I met a lot of people who were doing music. Everybody was in music. I make music. And quite a few of them were making like really good music too at the time too. Really, really good. Top stuff. Good stuff. And cute. And at the end of that year, I was saying to myself, this year I want to like meet people who do other stuff outside of music. Like I want to go to athletic events. You know, like professional athletic events. That's what I said. So I set that intention. This is what I'm talking to God. You know what I'm saying? This is what I want. And I let it go. Like I thought about it. That's what I said. Moved on. excuse me, about a week and a half, 2 weeks later, my friend who I had met, I had been known this friend, and we had worked together. He cooks, and if you know me, I cook. So he had been wanting somebody to help him make more like vegan, vegetarian food, which is what I do, right? So we had worked together a few times, and we're also just friends in general. And so he called me like 2 weeks after I said this intention, this prayer. He called me. It's probably like almost 7 p.m. It's dark outside. And he's like, let's go to this basketball game. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I have tickets. Like, let's go to this basketball game. And I thought back to the intention I made literally just a week ago. And I was like, oh, I did say that this is what I want. And so I was like, okay, I'll go. Like, I didn't like even think too much about my outfit. I had like these Nike like joggers, some little white shirt, and did my hair. Basically, that was it. Left, went to the thing, went to the game, had a fun, crazy night. We were not in the front. We was like in the middle to the back. Okay. But anyways, I said I wanted to be at the games. We went to the games. We had fun. Then when we left the game, he said, let's go to a Giveon concert. I said, where? And he's like, okay, it's just around the corner. Literally, it was around the corner. I was like, we got there. I was like, so we getting in here? He's like, oh, yes, da, 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 da. My friends know somebody, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I stood there. I don't know, like maybe making some videos in the time he was busy talking to these people, blah, blah, blah. And then 5 minutes later, he's like, okay, we can go in. We went in. There was the Giveon concert. We saw Giveon. He was doing his stuff, or Giveon, however he says his name, whatever. And then LeBron James came out, which was interesting because I had wanted to meet LeBron, see LeBron, and then he was at a random concert that I went to. Like, okay, that was cool. We left there, got some food with these people that we met there at the place. After that, he was like, oh, our other like side adjacent friend invited us to some kickback, this apartment building there downtown. And at this point, I'm like, dude, like, let's go, Rome. Are you kidding? Like, we doing 3 much at this point. But anyways, we go to this thing. And it's cool. This is the group of people that make music, you know. So, we're there, we're chatting, blah, 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 catching up. Then this man walks inside of the room. He walks into the room. He comes with somebody behind him, but I can't even see because all I saw was the man who walked into the room first. And I said, oh, that guy, man. Me, I like him. Me, I want him. So I stood up. From my seat and I walked over there. He had gotten like close at some point, but anyways, I went over there. I said, hey, you, I like your face. As I said, I like your face. And I think he was saying I like yours too, something like that. Got my number. We went on a date the next day. This ends up being this guy that I'm telling you all these things about. But I think also in my mindset, I always think so highly of myself. Like, that's what I'm saying. I just expect the best. So, like, I just expected that obviously he was going to feel the way that I felt or more. Like, yeah, And mind you, we ended up dating for like a year and a half. And you know how my friend who took me out that day, his name was Clay. And we were in the nosebleeds at this basketball game. Right. And when we were there, that's when I thought, okay, like I said, I wanted to go to professional sports games, but I wasn't clear. Like, I want to go to professional sports games and be in the front. And I want to be in the front row, court side. So, and like one of our friends, the one who's in music, the one who invited us to that kickback, he was in the front of that game. We were there. And he was with that guy, which I didn't put the two together at the time. So during the course of this time, when me and that guy ended up dating, I ended up being back at those games, but instead of being there in the nosebleeds, I'm here in the front court side. You know, but anyways, I don't even know how we got into the story. I don't know what tangent I jumped on and rode this wave there, but it was first off, I feel like the power of declaring that I want something being clear, and also the way that I think about myself, like, and the value that I believe that I hold. Because when I walk into the room, when I walk into a space, I expect the best. I expect that I'm going to be well received, and I expect like things to turn out in my favor, and they do, you know, and that's because that's what I expect. When you expect the best, you get the best. When you expect the worst, you get the worst. So I don't know what good to say, but thank God we got there. You know, okay. Boldness. Yeah, like when I want something, I'm telling you. Like my friend Naya, her mom will always say, let them tell you no. Let them tell you no. And that's because a lot of times we'll go through life and different things will be going on, and we'll want to be the ones to say no. Oh, they won't accept me. Oh, they won't want what I offer. Oh, you know, no, let me not. Let me not. Like, why not though? Like, what are you already assuming? Why would you already go into it assuming this? For example, like even during the semester, we had a teacher, Dr. Joseph, who was teaching histology. And from the day number one, she said, don't ask me for any extra credit. Don't ask me for any extra point. Don't ask me for nothing like that. Your grade is your grade, period. Don't ask, because it will not be given. The semester went on. Things were fine in her course. For the majority of the time, I had a B. At some point, I had a C. And then, after we took our final, mind you, I did really good on the final. I got an 80. Okay, it wasn't like an A, but an 80, you know? And so that put me at a 78.78. I was less than 2% from a B. So I said, I'm going to email her. Like, I don't care what she said the whole time. Don't ask, don't ask, don't ask. What will I do? I asked, dear Dr. Joseph, hey, so I worked really hard in this course all semester, and currently 2 points away from a B. Is there anything that I can do to get a B? So she emailed me back the next day, and she said, okay, there was one question wrong on the test. So that moved everybody up 1%. And I don't usually do this. Mind you, she said this in the email. I don't usually do this. But since you're just 1 point away, I'll give it to you. It worked out for you. And I got a B in the class. And that is to say, let them tell you no. Ask, be bold in your request. Ask with confidence and belief that the answer is going to be yes. I knew she was going to give that to me. I didn't care what she had said all semester, because rules don't apply to me. Rules don't apply to me. I get what I want, and I make it happen by asking. Ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive. So I asked. I asked. I'm going to say, look, this is what I want. Yes or yes. You know? I've fallen for the teacher, Dr. Temegula Tube, and I know why. Temegula Tube helps reignite the spark of life to be bold, that I believe the Lord alone possesses Temegula to be and to do so. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for that. Oh, yes. Thank you for saying that. In the mighty name Ooh, this is so good. You know what? We're gonna play a song. Let's do a little worship. I love this song that I'm about to play, and I'm so glad you said that, because I'm telling you, everything goes into intention. I'm telling you. Before I started this, my candle is still burning right there where it's at. And when I lit that candle, I pray over everything that I do. And this is what I'm saying. This is what I mean about rituals. Like, nothing that I do is like to have done it. Like, I do things very intentionally. I'm creating with intention. I don't create by default. I create with intention. So when I was lighting this candle, I'm praying. And I'm praying, I said, God, as I light this flame, I ask that you reignite the flame in me. Make that flame in me so bright that every time I walk into a room, the eyes are on me. Even when the sun is at its peak, let my light continue to shine the brightest in the room. When the moon is at its highest and the sky is at its darkest, let me be able to be seen. Let me be able to be seen by the people who are requesting my presence. Let me be able to be seen by the people who are holding the door open for me and the possibilities that I desire. Let that light shine and guide me to where I am meant to walk. Oh.
Playing from Finback
I ain't even gonna say it. Alexa, turn up. Alexa, turn up. Alexa, turn up. She's turning up too slowly. Alexa, turn up some more. Why it sounds so dang quiet? This is for us. This is just to top what I just said. I just hope you heard what I said in that prayer. Cause it could have hurt me. Protection don't feel good in the moment. And looking back, wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I never would have let go. Trust in his heart. It's a broken heart, but with you, I finally learned. Felt like you didn't come through for me when you didn't do exactly what I wanted. But you always gave me what I needed. Foolish of me to box you in. The shape of my broken heart didn't leave you much room. But you always gave me what I needed. Oh, 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 oh. I don't want to love you for who I this is the one. I want to love you for exactly who you are and nothing less. Cause when I try to piece together my own version, you're always better. Trust this heart with a broken heart, but with you, I'll be right back. Hold on. Felt like you didn't come through for me when you didn't do exactly what I wanted. But you always gave me what I needed. Foolish of me to box you in. The shape of my broken heart didn't leave you much room. But you always give me what I needed. Oh, you know. I see it now. You knew what you were doing. You got it figured out. Are you guys liking the song? How's it going? Loving it? Me too. You knew what you were doing. I'm definitely gonna go. I'm gonna go at 7. I trust what you were doing. Whoa, whoa. I see it now. You knew what you were doing. Ooh, oh. It's called What I Needed by Chandler Moore. It felt like you didn't come through for me when you didn't do exactly what I wanted. But you always gave me what I needed. Foolish of me to box you in. The shape of my broken heart didn't leave you much room. But you always gave me what I needed. Felt like you didn't come through for me when you didn't do exactly what I wanted. But I needed. I've already adopted you as my internet sister, coming in with the vibes and good vibes. Imagine the knowledge you'll be able to pass down in 10, 20 years. Literally imagine. Yeah, I don't know what I'll be talking about in 10, 20 years. What I know is I'm grateful for what I'm able to talk about in this moment, because yeah, like everything about my life, everything about me is for the world. You know, like God gifted me this life not for me, but for every thing and everyone in this world. So I'm grateful to be able to know that and to be able to share what I have now. Felt like you didn't come through for me. What I wanted, but you always gave me what I needed. Foolish of me to box you in. Like, imagine the times that we box God in, thinking that the path to what we desired was a certain way. Like, God, this abundant creator, you're faithful to keep watch over your word. Always give me what I needed. You're gonna do everything that you said. Always give me what I needed. You're gonna do everything that you said you will. You're gonna need it. Your hands have provided. All I have needed, your hands have provided. Needed. That's the one. Provided. Hands have provided. I wanna thank you. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. I wanna thank you for kindly taking away the thing I had, 'cause it could have hurt me. Protection don't feel good in the moment, but looking back, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. You know I'm sorry, I never will let go. Trust is hard with a broken heart, but with you, I finally learned. You're not like me, you don't lie. You really come through. Finally learned. Always when the light on for me. yeah. Like it didn't come through for me when you didn't do exactly what I wanted, but you always gave me what I needed. The box you in, the shape of my broken heart didn't leave you much room. Always give me what I needed. Prayerfully, you'll be catching a lot more lives coming soon. Pray you have a beautiful rest of your evening, and I pray that the love within you continues to grow deeper for you, so that you may look at yourself and see the God that created you, the God that is within you. Yes, have a beautiful rest of your evening. Yeah, guys, so even me, I will be wrapping up here soon. I'll be leaving the house at 7. God bless us all. God bless us all. And it's so interesting, you know, I would see those things when I was younger about how, like, as people grow older, they become more spiritual or like religious or this and this. And it definitely resonates with me. And I'm not sure it's like age or it's just the reality of what's happened in life that's making it more clear to me, like God's power in my life. So I'm like super, super grateful for time, for wisdom. Sugar level. It's Sunday. I finished my classes last week, so Isabella, Ayabella. So I'm free, and I'm gonna go out and enjoy my time in the city today. There's a place that I just really love, you know. I don't really know. I think I just love the possibilities of that place. Like every time I go there, I meet like incredible people. I have beautiful conversations. It's like so, like right place, right time. Every time I'm there. So this will probably be the earliest I'm gonna go there. I'll be there at 7 today, so I'm interesting. Literally, his queen, that man, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's request my ride, and then we'll put on my jacket. We'll put on my jacket and my shoes, and then we shall go. I've never been there. This week I went there on a Thursday, which is my first time going on a Thursday. It was insane. It was like so live. I was like, what? It's live here by this time. By this time, yes. It's so funny. One time my friends requested an Uber, and didn't like I don't know, requested a shared ride, and it was like 3 of us or something. Wow, Carlos is on his way. He'll be here in 9 minutes. That's cool, just like that. So I'm gonna be going out tonight. I'm excited. So let me look at my purse and make sure that I have my ID. I think when I get there, by the time I get there, I'll probably just want like to drink a tea. You know, a T. This is my piss, which is T. And then I'll text my bestie back. I didn't even text her. It's Hanukkah? Or don't even listen to what I just said. I don't know what I said. I don't know what I said. Oh, guys, so I do have my driver's license. I have the things that I need. Look, we have bubbles. Look, this is one thing I love. They always have bubbles on campus at school. I don't necessarily know exactly why, and maybe it's just for me because every time I see them, I always get them. I love bubbles. I love you in particular. Hey. Know me, but you don't know Ruga. Don't you guys love bubbles too? Nobody leaves with you. And then I do. Okay, let's take a letter out and read it. I have this mailbox full of letters people gifted to me. Oh, let's get this one. This is the one. This is my name if you don't know. Tembegile Dube. So let's open this letter and see what was written to us. Okay, it says, Tembegile. Today's reminder. Only put energy into things you have a future with. Nice one. This is going to be a great night. May God bless this night of ours. Open. This way often is golden. Maybe. I know it's funny going out on a Sunday. It's like, what am I? I don't know. I'm just gonna go and see what happens. And then I do. And then I do. Okay, so we get to put one more earring in. You see on my ear? And you see the one that's missing? So let's get our earring on. It's gonna be a butterfly. But they'll end up taking you home tonight. That was funny, guys. Like, the fact that my phone jumped like that was like pretty dramatic. I'm putting a butterfly in my ear right here. It is currently the year of the snake. I had no idea about that before I created my logo for my business. Why do? This is not mascara, I'm just brushing. OMG. It's like, why are you jumping so much? Like, something's happening. Why there? Forever. Didn't expect that. So the stats are showing it's cold outside today. I'm trying to decide. In Cleveland. Ooh. Oh, I felt like there was a lake on there. Thanks for liking the live. If you Why did? But I'm gonna put another jacket over. But I feel like this is just making me look so big. It makes me look so bulky. I'm like, bulky. Okay, and then another jacket because one is not enough. We live in Chicago. Mind you, I get to wash my jacket. I get to wash my jacket because I made a mess. I spilled something on my jacket. I don't know what I was being like when I spilled that on my jacket. Look at it, it's there, there's a stain. I don't know how it happened. But we're about to go. So that's nice though, because we're about to have a nice little time outside. I mean, it's all over. Like, I really spilled some wine all over this jacket and it literally absorbed every drop. So maybe that's not the jacket that we wear then. Let me just put it over here so I can wash it. It's clear, that gets to be washed. What about right now though? I don't know, but I'm taking an Uber, so I should be warm enough. Like, all I need to do is just get into the car. Hey there, welcome to the live. It's Sunday. We're going to a hotel bar. That's what I do. I'm still in celebration. So many things have happened so far this year, let alone, gosh, this last quarter. This has been a wild quarter of my life, like seriously. I wonder if they have seats at that bar. I don't remember. I don't think so. I've never sat down at that bar. I'm just putting on different layers. It's interesting. I'm wearing brown, burgundy, and green. My shoes are brown heel boots. And my scarf. They say it feels like 1 degree outside. I feel like I'm not prepared to be 1 degrees. But like, I don't know what to do. So I'm just gonna go with what I got. And Carlos might be here. Our Uber driver's name today is Carlos. So like, let's get to moving before Carlos gets here, and then. Okay, we're gonna wear Versace Bright Crystal. Okay, I sprayed it literally facing away from me. I don't like to spray it on my body because, hello? Alex? Is my phone ringing? Oh, 1 minute. We have 1 minute until we go. Where's my key? Okay, I got my key. Grabbed my key, guys. Okay, so it has been a beautiful evening with all of you folks. God bless you. May your life continue to prosper and excel in wonderful ways, okay? All right, love you all. Peace and love.